Blessings, blessings. Yo, welcome to Life's Place where I have another random thought. You know, some people really do have the dirtiest and the dingiest of attitudes, and they express that by way of their projections towards those that they have envy or jealousy towards. It's their self esteem, really. Their lack of own confidence because you love yourself. You know, you don't have to get paid for the surface level of you, where you do have your hands out to get dressed up to be the image of what someone needs you to be, because you dress yourself up. You love yourself and you're self sufficient. It's the one that really is casting all the spells and manipulating the energy, people's minds, their hearts, in order to keep what they're afraid to lose because of what they're afraid to change about themselves, let alone afraid of what's next for them. It's like some people will cast spells, right? And do all this jar spell, all the rituals and manipulation to keep shit the same. So they stop themselves from what's ahead, right? They really do stop themselves and their life to keep it the same, to keep the same friends, to keep the same house, to keep the same life, to keep the same day to day with no change. Like they keep themselves in a box where they want you to keep yourself comfortable too, or they're going to try to make you comfortable in that box with them too. It's like really serving a sentence with somebody that they themselves don't know how to accommodate themselves or adapt themselves or be flexible with themselves, knowing that you're not there forever. They are because they choose to be, even because they're the type to be, to ask the judge over and over again for them for another 30 days extra in prison because they don't have anything set up for themselves outside. They don't have no family, this and that. It scares them more, right? But there's some people that it's the same thing with the shelter system, right? Because you are scared of what you're gonna do after the fact. But some people stop themselves. They want to cast spells. They want to manipulate. They want to do all the rituals. They want to do all as much fucking orgies that they can. Wear themselves out. Give themselves to anybody and everybody. Get as much money as they can to try their best to make you feel bad about yourself. But it's like, yo, those are the type to feed you period blood. Put piss in your cup, and offer it to you. Meanwhile, speaking over you, right? Speaking over everything to try to keep you in a box, frozen in a box with them because they're afraid to change. They're afraid to make a move. They're afraid to see what's next. So the casting of the spells, man, is really keeping themselves in an illusion that you'll stay still or you'll stay yourself in a box too because they made it just as comfortable for you too. It's like the one that's really need to, man, it's the energy that doesn't want to change because they're afraid of what's next for them because of the self-love that they haven't given to themselves. It's the one that gave up on themselves because they felt as though that they were settled, right? But what they're settled in is not the same as what anybody else is going to settle with, right? So they want to blame everybody for what they settled with themselves. Therefore, everybody else is to blame for the love that they didn't give themselves. It's like the one eating their emotions, right? And then they want to cast the big back spells on you, the gluttony spells on you, the fat spells on you, the fucking crotch watch spells on. It's a whole bunch of spells that they want to do on you because they're going through it. But that's the changes that they're afraid to do. They're the ones that want to sit there and pray for changes, pray for everything to be a blessing, but yet they don't want to make the change. They want to work. They want to wear the workout clothes, but afraid of the gym. They want to work. They want to play the music to work out, dressed up in the workout clothes, Take the pictures for the workout, but don't actually do the workout, but stand outside in the humidity to get the sweat look. It's the craziest of shit, but mad at you for walking. They get mad at you for eating healthy. They get mad at you for detoxing and cleansing. They get mad at you for pouring that love onto yourself, for taking care of yourself. Because what's happening on the inside will come out on the outside. Therefore, some will rather eat and take in shit, literally, physically, and visually. Eat what the hell causes them their emotions to cause that tumultuous thunderstorms in their mind where it's not as clear, but at the same time, they don't want to detox and cleanse because they're more afraid of the filtration system or the filtration process of who's going to go and who will stand next to them and how will they be able to supply and suffice for themselves. Those are the ones that will try their best to take everything away from you by manipulating energies and spell casting and all the bullshit, right? But can't stand on their own just like you can. They need hands to hold themselves up. This is the same bullshit. They need the hands, they need the people to pay them. They will waste their body to dig in the pockets in order for them to copy you. Yet they can't stabilize themselves just like you. Craziest of notions, because those are the ones that will manipulate and introduce the dark entities to people just to take them away from you, all because they're afraid to outgrow the bullshit that they're doing in order for them to stay in the same box that they're used to because they're afraid of change. So when they see difference, when they see change, when they see something visually moving in a direction that they are afraid to move in, that's when they'll manipulate and try to paint others as who they are because that's what they settled with themselves. They settled themselves into being the beggar because it's the fancy life to be. Oh, damn, yo. It's the fancy life to be the damsel in distress, right? You got to stress everybody to pay you in order for you to look good. But when you pay yourself to look good or you're paid to look good, it's a problem because you got to take care of yourself in order to be that, to walk in that wealth that you see yourself in. But the ones that are envious and jealous are the ones that are devaluing themselves by doing the trickery, by doing the mind tricks, by doing the spell casting, by going to pay for this and that instead of investing in themselves. Ass backwards when they hustle. They'd rather pay and steal, scam and scheme, than invest in themselves just the way everybody else is that's actually running their own business, which is themselves. Crazy ass shit. Know what the most I got you. Have a good one. Bye.